In the last video, we discussed why people with ADHD are more prone to addiction, how we become addicted, and I explained the habit cycle. If you haven't watched that one yet, I highly recommend watching that video first. It's in the description below. Understanding how your brain works is a good first step in breaking the cycle. The other one is that you are actually here watching this video right now. This is huge, as you admit that there is something you want to change in your life. And, might I add, you are actually making the effort to change already. Otherwise, you would not even be here watching this video. But, as with many good intentions, you need a strategy to actually make it work. Or you might even become more frustrated and even give up. Let me start off by saying that it's 100% possible to change. There are a lot of ways to handle addictions and bad habits, and I'm just going to lay out one way here. If you are serious about wanting to change, I ask you to have pen and paper by hand, or a Word document open. First off, pick the habit or addiction that you want to change. Just pick one. Do not multitask on this. Write this down on top of the page. Every habit or addiction begins somewhere. There is that initial moment where you begin to crave something. But before that, there is the cue. The cue is the little moment that wakes your brain up to produce dopamine, which makes you crave that specific thing. Usually, this cue is unconscious, so you just suddenly start to crave something. And what we want is to be aware of this cue. For example, every morning the first thing you do when you wake up is to pick up your phone and check for new messages, and scroll social media a bit. This is not a good way to start the day, but it's easy for it to become a habit. So, what could be the cue here? Well, there are probably multiple. There's time, every morning when you wake up. Then there's location, you being in your bed. And then there's also an object, the phone that you see. And there can be an emotional state, like fear of missing out or boredom. These cues can trigger the craving for looking at your phone, which will make you pick up the phone, which will give you the reward. And the more you look at your phone each morning, the deeper the habit loop becomes ingrained, triggering a more powerful craving every morning. So your habit or addiction has cues too. And we want to find out what your triggers and cues are. Becoming aware of your habit or addiction will give your creative brain more ideas on how to stop it. So, for this week, you want to keep track of your habit using these questions. When does your bad habit or addiction actually begin? How many times do you do it each day? Where are you? Who are you with? And what triggers the behavior and causes it to start? This can be time, like every morning when you wake up, location, like arriving to work, a preceding event, like a notification from Facebook, an emotional state, like being bored, anxious, or stressed, or other people, like every time you meet your friends. In this stage, you do not want to judge yourself for doing the habit or addiction, but simply become aware of how much, when, and where you are doing it. This is vital to be able to come up with solutions and ideas on how to break this cycle. Changing or hiding the cue might already be enough to help reduce the frequency of the habit. If the cue is obvious and it's impossible to change, like waking up each morning, then we are going to attach a different habit to this cue. So during 1 week, you want to take a critical look at your habit or addiction. If you find it hard to see where your cravings lie or how they come up, then I suggest doing a dopamine detox. In dopamine detoxing, you are abstaining from all dopamine-inducing activities. You will become a lot more aware of how much dopamine is actually ruling your life. I made a video on how to do a dopamine detox already, and I will link it in the end of the video and in the description below. A lot of times, we try to change too fast, and also a lot of things at the same time. And if you have a lot of success doing this, please do not let me stop you. But if not, if you struggle to change your habits, I recommend you trying something different. Focus on just one thing and take your time with it. You won't change this habit or addiction in 3 days. So this week, try to understand your specific habit and cues. And in the next video, I will explain how we tweak this habit loop. Because you don't eliminate a bad habit, you replace it with a positive one. If you are interested in the next video in this series or found it helpful, then don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of more videos that can improve your life and ADHD. I appreciate you watching until the end, and I wish you an insightful week. And I will see you in the next one.